Welcome to New Hampshire's Business. I'm Fred Coker. The New Hampshire legislature is back to work at the State House in Concord, so New Hampshire businesses are tracking hundreds of bills that would impact everything from housing to workforce to energy and more. Here's a statement from New Hampshire's new governor, Kelly Ayotte, which is already casting some uncertainty over legislation with dollars attached. We are going to have to look to find better ways to do things with fewer dollars, she said. With me to brief us on the state of affairs at the State House and several key topics important to New Hampshire businesses is the president and CEO of the Business and Industry Association of New Hampshire, Michael Skelton. Welcome.
Hey, Fred.
Nice to have you here. State revenues are down. Business tax revenues are down among those revenues. Interest and dividends tax has been repealed. New Hampshire's down tens of millions of dollars, and the governor's statement reflects that. What's your take on that state of fiscal affairs?
Sure. Well, I think the governor has put it well that we really need to look at this budget cycle as an opportunity to tighten our belts, find ways to be more efficient. I think importantly for policymakers, how can we continue to support our economy and business climate? The state is so heavily reliant on business taxes, so ensuring that whatever state budget we end up with at the end of this process, and we've got a ways to go, is one that still allows our economy to compete and be successful.
Let's turn to three priorities of the BIA that you crafted and labeled as challenges. First one is housing. Let's put it up there. Housing challenge. $538 million sales price for a single-family house in 2024. That's 538,000. 51% of renters paid 30% or more of income for housing in 2023. You've got some bills. What legislation are you looking at in particular? And I know accessory dwelling units, which failed in the last session, is back.
Yes.
And are you supporting that?
We are, yeah. There are actually more than 50 bills related to pro-housing supply, housing bills in process this year. And I think they're all good ideas, and we need to do a lot of incremental improvements to improve housing supply and affordability, ADUs, Starter Home Act, streamlining permitting. It's not going to take one solution. We need a lot of different solutions to generate more housing, and it's a key opportunity to grow our economy.
And of course, that's tied to the next one, and that's workforce challenge. Let's put it up. 27% of New Hampshire workforce age 55 or older in 2023, highest among the states. And you say we need more money to the university system and the community college system.
Sure. Well, we need a workforce development system here in New Hampshire that's going to ensure that we're bringing in talent, attracting talent, training them for future opportunities. Our community college system, university system are key cogs in that workforce development system. We're also supporting an expansion of the state's R&D, research and development tax credit. That's helping expand next generation advanced industry jobs that workforce is going to fill. Right.
Energy. This is the third challenge. Let's put that up. New Hampshire industrial users' electricity costs 90% more than U.S. average. New Hampshire commercial users' electricity costs were 47% higher. That continues to be an issue in this state. What's the solution for this? And you've got an interesting bill, Senate Bill 106. Tell me about it.
Sure. Well, energy costs is really an Achilles heel to our business climate, and we need to have a strategy to lower energy costs and be more competitive with the rest of the country. Senate Bill 106 is a first step in that direction, and it allows manufacturers and high energy users to make use of existing solar technology to do something called industrial self-generation, which is you generate energy on-site, consume it on-site, thereby lowering your energy costs. Those are the types of creative new policies we need to put in place to help our businesses be more competitive on energy.
That would be very, very innovative. Finally, a note to our viewers, and this is the imposition of tariffs on New Hampshire's largest trading partner, Canada. Yeah, it is, and could have some real cost impacts if these tariffs are continued after the pause. So here's some of what it would mean for New Hampshire if continued. $1.7 billion in 2023. That's what the imports meant to New Hampshire from Canada. $2.0 billion in 2024 through November. And primarily petroleum, that's our gasoline, aerospace, that's parts, and coal products. Just thought you would be interested in seeing those numbers. We're going to look at it in more depth next week on New Hampshire's Business. Quick comment on that?
Yeah, I think this tariff issue is really significant for our economic competitiveness, and the big thing we need going forward is certainty in terms of what is going to be our trade policy with these key partners. We can't keep going back and forth in 30-day windows. Businesses need certainty in order to be able to plan.
Michael Skelton, President and CEO of the Business and Industry Association of New Hampshire. Thank you.
Thanks, Fred.
And if you missed part of this briefing, you can go to WMUR.com, where it will be posted all this week.